After Katrina, I started working on a project I was gonna call Certified, and like I said, my money was a little bit better. I was a little more out there, and I had a certain. I didn't want to work with like. I knew I wanted this to be the album that I was like, all right, I'm leaving. Like I knew I had to go. Like home was messed up. I never left home until it got messed up. See, that was my thing. I was comfortable at home selling however many records. You make 20, 30,000 every time you drop a record. You comfortable. I ain't leaving, but Katrina hit, then you have to. So I started moving around, and I said, I'm gonna only work with the people I want to work with. I didn't care who everybody listened to and who everybody thought was popular. I didn't give a damn. I wanted to work with who I wanted to work with, who I listened to, who I played. So I set out, and that's when we started moving around. I had the money to move around, so that's when it was just nonstop, gone. Atlanta, Memphis, Texas, Houston, Dallas, Florida, like just everywhere, man. Like grinding my
I told my
ass
mama I was finna make a change, and I did, traded in a Cadillac for the range. But I keep my bills paid, and I'm on whack it on. I'ma push it to the limit till I'm gone. And when I'm gone, I ain't going to the coffin. I'm going to the stage, play the game, and I lost it. Till then, I'm a boss of my grown. One storm blew away my whole neighborhood home. So till then, mama, you can say I'm real.
I knew coming in, like on my earlier music, it was like more aggressive. Like you gotta find yourself in music. So it was more aggressive. There'd be some screaming and growling and all kind of stuff. So I wanted to work with Pastor Troy. Like that was just my thing. I wanted to go, work with Pastor Troy. I liked Bo Hagan. Bo Hagan was I like the underdogs in the music industry. So Bo Hagan, Pastor Troy, people like that, they the underdogs, and they be real talented. And I always had all their music, so that was the first which off, go get that done. And working with Troy, we hit the studio, and it was just like, man, working with Bo Hagan. I want to say Hagan was first one I got Me and Bo Hagan, that was just like, that's just a crazy connection, like chemistry with me and him. Then all the way up to now, it's still like the work ethic. If you put both of us in the studio, it's a wrap. Like, and we gonna give you it's just, it comes naturally.
Let me light the verse right quick, and then we'll go to the hook.
Bo Hagan, holler at them folks real quick.
Yeah, man, you already know who it is, dog. This your boy Bo Hagan, you understand what I'm saying? You see me sprinkle something, don't get excited, it's just Georgia dirt. You know how it go down, though. Fucking with that nigga Sam T, man.
Sam, holler at them boys.
Man, you know what it is, man. It's trouble. It's all over with now. I'm in here. Gates, I'm here. See? I'm in the studio. I ain't in the streets. I'm in the studio with Hagan. I'm here. So leave me alone. Don't fuck with me.
Bo Hagan and Sam T finna make Sam T meal.
Yes, sir.
And I promise I won't go back to Mississippi, Gate. I promise I won't.
I pull up in the wheel, blowing smoke out the roof. Let the trunk bang till that bitch break the loose. With some lame ass niggas and some lame hoes too. With some lame ass niggas and some lame hoes too. I pull up in the wheel, blowing smoke out the roof. I let the trunk bang till that bitch break the loose. See your baby mama on my dick and mine on my nerves. Your baby mama on my dick and mine on my nerves.
That's what I needed.
I'ma come out and listen to it.
Pimp was a feature that I wanted from the get-go. Pimp C was always my favorite rapper. Like, everybody has their favorite artist or their favorite group or their favorite whatever. I specifically, Pimp C was my favorite. Like, UGK was cool, but I wanted to hear Pimp C. That was my favorite rapper. So Pimp was a feature that I wanted always, like from when we started at like 14, it was a dream. So when working on Certified and I'm working with all these different people, it was a thought, like, can I, like, I want to feature Pimp, but I didn't think I could really make that happen. You know what I'm saying? And we was in Picayune one day, and we was at the studio, and Iceberg, my partner, was in there, and Pimp had just came down for a concert. I was out of town. I think I was in Atlanta when he came for the concert. And I was working. We hadn't got a house in Atlanta. I was living in fucking Neo old house. It was Teddy Riley house, Neo house. This just show you the kind of money we was wasting. Like, we spending $4,200 a month for to rent out a fucking mansion that we use probably 4 days out the month in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like, just stupid, but that's where I was at when he came and did the show. And so then when I made it back home, he had already left, but my partner Iceberg and Mon, he had forgot his clothes. He needed some clothes. He went to Mon clothing shop, and Mon gave him whatever he needed for the show that night, and he left his number with, like, Mon. Mon is the one who owned the clothing store, and Iceberg and them. And so Iceberg just overheard me talking, and he was like, "Shit, home, I think bruh got his number." You know what I'm saying? Like, if you serious, if you really want to do it. I was like, "Hell yeah, I want to do it." Still not thinking it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, got the number. I'm still thinking I'm gonna call. It's gonna be some bullshit ass number. It's gonna be whatever. Man, I call that phone. That man answered the phone. Like, that day, all this happened in one day. I called him. He answered the phone, and I was stuck. I ain't know what the fuck to say. Like, all these artists I didn't work with, they ain't never bothered me. Like, I ain't give a shit. Like, none of that other shit ever bothered me. But actually getting on the phone with him, like, I was stuck, and I was supposed to go back to Atlanta this is how fast everything happened. I was supposed to go back to Atlanta the next day and do the song with Pastor Troy. So when I talked to Pimp, the conversation was just real from the get-go. And he said, I asked him how much I needed to get the feature done, whatever he told me. I said, all right, no problem. He said, who you signed to? I said, I ain't signed to nobody. And he said, so you gonna give me, I just tell you, it was like 12.5. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you gonna give me 12.5 of your money, and you don't have no record company behind you? Like, this your money that you grinded? I was like, yeah, like, I got it. I'm straight. I'm ready. Like, he threw the number out there. We didn't know each other. You got to understand. So he thinking, like, I'm going to throw a number at this dude, see what he say. He said it. I said, all right. I'm going to book a flight. I'm going to get there tomorrow. I said, I'm supposed to be in Atlanta to do a song with Troy. He thought I was talking about Lil Troy. In Houston at the time, they had their little beef going on. And he was like, Lil Troy, fuck him. You know what I'm saying? I was like, no, Pastor Troy. I got to go to Atlanta. And he was like, oh, okay. I said, but look, let me call you right back. I'm going to hang up the phone. Let me call my road manager, and I'm going to see if he can book me a ticket from Atlanta to Houston. So as soon as I get finished doing the song with Pastor Troy, I'll come straight to you. And I know he thought it wasn't going to happen. Like, he didn't know me. So, but that's how, I was grinding. That's how hard I grind. When I'm working. So he said, all right. So I hung up the phone, called my road manager, got it set up to where as soon as I finished the session with Troy, we could, I had to fly to New Orleans, go to Atlanta, do the song with Troy. As soon as I finished the song with Troy, fly from Atlanta and land in Houston. And so he booked a flight for me. I called Pimp back, and I told him, and he didn't believe it. He was like, you coming tomorrow? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, so you gonna go do the song with Pastor Troy, and then you gonna come here to do the song with me? And I was like, yeah, like, hell yeah. I'm finna get a Pimp C feature, I'm coming. He say, I tell you what, man, if you gonna do all that, I'm gonna pick you up myself from the airport. I'm thinking, like, this is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't gonna pick me up. And he was like, I ain't playing. If you gonna grind that hard, he was like, I gotta see this to believe it. I'm gonna pick you up myself. And that's how it started. The next day I left. I went and did the song with Troy. Finished that, you know, jumped on a plane, landed in Houston, went straight to the studio. And me and him it was on from there.